Welcome to this explainer. If you're running a business here in Greater Vancouver, you already know that growth is absolutely thrilling. But let's be honest, the logistics of that growth, they can be incredibly daunting. Space is literally at a premium right now. So today, we're going to explore exactly how local businesses can strategically manage their inventory and fuel that expansion, all without breaking the bank on commercial real estate. We'll be looking directly at a model provided by Storguard, a local storage solution, to see exactly how this kind of strategic expansion works in the real world. Okay, let's dive into a very real problem. Every successful entrepreneur eventually hits a wall, literally. Has your growing business outgrown its walls? You bring in more product, you hire more people, and suddenly, boom, your sleek office or your retail shop turns into a total operational nightmare. You're tripping over boxes, you can't find the supplies you need, and you just have way too much inventory and not nearly enough space to breathe. It completely stifles your productivity, right? It just blocks your ability to actually expand. And that brings us to a really powerful promise from Storguard. Your business will have room to operate. Just think about the psychological relief and the sheer operational control that comes with finding the right storage partner. You aren't just renting a room, you're actually reclaiming your primary workspace. This means your team can finally focus on what they actually do best, rather than, navigating a maze of cardboard boxes. Section 1, Essential Logistics and Access. Let's move over to how Storguard's physical infrastructure acts as a really critical extension of your business's supply chain. Because, look, when you use offsite storage to manage business inventory, access isn't just a nice-to-have convenience. It's the entire ballgame. Storguard has designed their facilities specifically with your business logistics in mind. They provide highly functional loading zones, which means wide driveways that can easily accommodate big delivery vehicles, ground-level storage units, dedicated loading bay doors, and raised platforms. This whole setup is engineered for quick, simple inventory turnover. When your team needs to grab stock for, say, a pop-up shop, or maybe unload a massive freight delivery, they aren't wasting precious billable hours fighting with awkward entryways. And here's something you really can't overlook: climate-controlled units. That means year-round temperature regulation, keeping sensitive items like electronics, furniture, and business documents safe from damage. This isn't just some luxury amenity, folks. It's an absolutely vital protection measure for your most valuable business assets. I mean, we all know Vancouver weather fluctuates. If you're storing high-end furniture or irreplaceable documents, year-round temperature regulation guarantees that when you pull that inventory out, it's in the exact same pristine condition as the day you put it in. Moving on to Section 2, Securing your valuable inventory. The crucial point here is making sure your stuff is completely secure when you aren't there to keep an eye on it. You streamlined your operations, your goods are out of the way, but you still need to sleep at night knowing your investment is safe. So let's look at the layers of their modern security protocol. First, gated entry and perimeter control. Second, digital keypad access. And third, 24/7 video surveillance. It's a comprehensive defense system. It starts at the perimeter, moves to personalized digital keypads so only authorized personnel can even get in, and the whole thing is constantly monitored by cameras. Couple all of that with bright LED lighting throughout the facility, and you've essentially got a highly secure vault for your business inventory. Section 3, Strategic Metro Vancouver Locations. Now, a major part of effective inventory management is positioning your goods exactly where your customers actually are. In a sprawling area like Greater Vancouver, there is no way you want to be driving an hour just to restock your main location, right? Storguard actually operates 5 strategic hubs: Yallowtown and Terminal Avenue, right in Vancouver, plus Burnaby, Richmond, and Coquitlam. This kind of localized logistical support spans all across Greater Vancouver. You can literally position your inventory in the exact neighborhood that makes the most strategic sense for your specific operations. That's going to slash your transit times drastically and allow you to fulfill those local orders so much faster. Section 4. Flexible growth without leases. Okay, now let's tackle the financial side of expansion, and more importantly, how to avoid those restrictive commercial real estate traps. Let's be totally honest here. Signing a new commercial lease in Vancouver is probably one of the most stressful things a business owner can do. Just contrast long-term commercial leases locking you in versus flexible month-to-month storage. This model builds a massively strong case for business agility.
When you sign a 5-year lease for a bigger warehouse to hold your inventory, you are locked in tight, no matter what happens to the economy or to your sales. But with a month-to-month setup, you can seamlessly scale up your storage during the busy holiday rush and then just scale it right back down when things quiet down. It is pure financial flexibility.
And behind all that flexibility is some serious stability. 30. That's how many years Storguard has been in business as a proudly Canadian, locally owned company. They even operate out of some of Vancouver's most storied buildings. For a growing business, this means they aren't some fly-by-night operation that's going to disappear tomorrow. They're a long-term partner you can truly rely on as you scale up your inventory. Section 5, proven by Vancouver businesses. But hey, don't just take my word for it. Theory is great, but let's see how all these logistical features translate into real 5-star Google reviews from their actual business customers. Take a look at this one. Super clean place, even smells clean. Really secure and friendly, helpful staff. That's from Megan Duchesne. Notice how she highlights the impeccable cleanliness and the tight security. When you're storing professional business inventory, items you are eventually going to hand right to a paying customer, the facility absolutely cannot be dingy. It has to be as clean as your own storefront, and that is exactly what you get here. Next up, Sean Salter says, they have the best price of any storage unit I've seen in Vancouver. That right there is absolute music to the ears of any entrepreneur trying to protect their bottom line, isn't it? High overhead is the enemy of expansion, for sure. So finding affordable, premium space, that's a massive competitive advantage. And finally, we have Ryan MacArthur, who says, it was the customer service of every team member I interacted with that ultimately made me choose Storguard. A really consistent theme in these reviews is that the local staff treats you like a neighbor, not just a number. When you're managing a fast-paced business expansion, having on-site staff who are actually helpful and communicative, man, that can save you from some major logistical headaches. To wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a thought directly inspired by Storguard's own anthem. Decluttering isn't boring, it's life-changing. Is it time to give your business the space it needs for what's next? Seriously, apply that to your business. Stop letting a sheer lack of physical space stifle your revenue growth, not to mention your team's sanity. Take a good, hard look at your current setup and ask yourself, is it finally time to reclaim your operational freedom and let your business grow?